Hey guys, welcome to another video. In this video, we'll be studying about World War II and we'll be revising questions of World War II. So let's start. Second question, which of the following is a characteristic of dictatorship? So no rights to people, tolerates neither opposition nor criticism, one party rule. So D would be the correct answer. Let's move on to the next question. Third question, Mussolini formed the Fascist Party in what date? So that would be March 1919. Fourth question, it is said that Mussolini started the Reign of Terror. It is so because this would be C, both A and B. So what is A and B? He arrested communist and trade unionists. He imprisoned and executed so many communist and trade unionists because he regarded them as a threat to his rule. Not to his country, but to his rule on his country. Fifth question, the ideology of fascism was. So it was D, all of these. Let's read the following ideologies. Emphasis on nationalism, full support of imperialist policy, full support of aggressive foreign policy. So ABC is correct, so D would be the correct answer. Sixth question, fascists believed in full control over D, all of these. In which year fascism came to an end in Italy? So the correct answer for this would be B, 7th, 1943. Eighth question, Nazism refers to the policy adopted by the government of Nazi from. So this would be from 1933 to 1945. Ninth question, key elements of Nazism was. So this would be anti-parliamentarism, pan-Germanism, welfare state ideology. So D would be the correct answer. 10th question, in which year Hitler attempted a coup? So this would be in the year 1923. D would be the correct answer. 11th question, which of the following statements is correct about Hitler and Nazi party? So D would be the correct answer in this case. Hitler reorganized the party from 1925 to 1929. He defamed the Weimar Republic for the sufferings of the people in the elections of July 1932. The Nazis captured 230 states in the Reichstag. 12th question. From which date Hitler became a dictator in Germany? So this would be on August 2, 1934. 13th question. Which of the following are the features of Nazism? So people exist for the state, totalitarian state, and to parliamentary institutions, and D is the correct option in this case. Which of the following is correct about Nazism belief? So D is the correct answer. Let's see the options. A, to make Germany a strong military power, to inculcate the spirit of nationalism among the German people, to regain the lost or ceded German territories. Let's move on to the 15th question. Which of the following is an important characteristic feature of Hitler's domestic policy? So D would be the correct answer. Let's look at the following options. Setting up a strong national state in Germany, economic reforms and development work, anti-Jewish policies, also known as anti-Semitic policies. So if you hear anyone saying anti-Semitic policies, they just mean anti-Jewish policies. Semitic means Jewish. 16th question, which of the following statements is not correct about Nazi rule in Germany? So let's look at the following options and decide which is the correct option. So Hitler worked for the unity and strength of Germany. This is correct. He abolished all provincial governments. So this is also correct. Germans are told that Hitler was Germany and Germany was Hitler. Yes. People were given all rights. This is false. So D would be the correct answer. Let's move on to the 17th question. Which of the following statements is correct about Hitler's reign in Germany? Let's look at the following options. A secret police under the name of Gestapo was established to spy over everyone. This is correct. He established the rule of one man, one leader, and one party. This is correct. Radio, press, and all other means of propaganda are controlled by the state. So D would be the correct answer. Now, 18th question. Which of the following is correct about Nazi treatment of Jews? A large number of Jewish were put into concentration camps. They were denied German citizenship. They were dismissed from government jobs. So both of the three of these options are correct. So D would be the correct answer. 19th question. Which of the following statements is correct about the violation of Treaty of Versailles by Hitler? What do you think is the correct answer? So of course D would be the correct answer. Let's look at the above options. So A, he had started rearmament and compulsory military service. He stopped the payment of war indemnity. He took back the territory of Saar from France. So three of these options are correct. So D would be the correct answer. Let's move on to the 20th question. In which year Germany surrendered in the Second World War? So this would be in the year 1945. C would be the correct answer. 21st question. Why the fascist rule in Italy is considered the worst type of misrule? D would be the correct answer. Italians were denied even basic rights. They were denied freedom of speech and expression and the right to form associations and trade unions. Freedom of press was crushed. Spies reported on the activities of members and sympathizers of all other political parties. 22nd question. Fascism and Mussolini did not believe in. So they did not believe in support to democracy. They believed in opposition to rights and liberties of people, total stress on duties and obligations, rule of single party and a single reader. Let's move on to the 24th question. Now, what is the 24th question? Which of the following were the weaknesses of fascism and Nazism? The correct answer in this case would be C, all of the above. Let's look at the options. They brought about violence and terror. They led to coups and conspiracies. They brought danger to world peace. So, three of these options are correct. 25th question. Which of the following were the achievements of fascism and Nazism? So, D would be the correct answer. Civil order and increase in efficiency, national cohesion, and stability. So, three of these options are correct. Let's move on to the 26th question. Second World War started after from the First World War. So, this would be 20 years and 9 months. So, A would be the correct answer. 27th question. The Second World War is considered as the most widespread war in history because D. It involved the mobilization of over 100 million military personnel. 28th question. Which of the following were allies in the World War II? So D were the allies in the World War II. Britain, France, and some other 80 nations. So there were 80 nations, well over 80 nations that took part in both World Wars, in First World War also, Second World War also. So that's why they were called World War because, as I said before in my previous history video covering World War One, the World War wasn't concentrated in Europe. It brought the whole countries around the world into the Second World War. So the impact was global. 29th question. Some of the outcomes of the World War II were D, all of these. So you had food shortages, you had epidemics, and you had inflation. Let's move on to the 30th question. Which of the following countries forced Germany to sign the Treaty of Versailles? D, all of these. USA, France, and Britain. Three of these countries forced Germany to sign the Treaty of Versailles. 31st question. The Treaty of Versailles forced Germany to D. To surrender large chunks of her territories, to abstain from rearming herself, to limit army up to 1 lakh only. So three of these options are correct. 32nd question. The heads of four nations, Germany, Italy, Britain, and France, met at Munich on which date? So, as I said before, remembering all the dates is extremely important. And this date would be on D, September 29th, 1938. This is this is before Second World War started. 33rd question. Which of the following was a major cause behind the outbreak of the Second World War? So C would be the correct answer. You had rise of fascism in Italy and you had rise of Nazism in Germany. 34th. The rise of fascism and Nazism in Italy and Germany respectively led to the start of Second World War because D would be the correct answer. They followed imperialistic policies, they followed aggressive nationalism, and they were against democracy. 35th question. Japan attacked China in dash and annexed Manchuria. So what do you think? Which year did this happen? It happened in A, 1931. Let's move on to the 36th question. Why did the League fail to prevent war? D would be the correct answer. Let's see the following options. A. It had no power to act on its own initiative to preserve peace in the world. It lacked its own armed force. It depended on great powers to enforce its resolution. Great powers in the sense you had US, Britain, and France. Now, US wasn't even part of the League of Nations, so that was a big blow to the power and league prestige of the League of Nations. Britain and France also did not take actions when Germany annexed Czechoslovakia and broke the Treaty of Versailles. So the phrase over here, dependent on the great powers to enforce its resolution, is true. But great powers in the sense you have Britain and France who did nothing. So Because Britain and France did not do anything, so the League of Nations couldn't do anything. And that's why it failed to prevent the war. 37th question. Which of the following countries did not become a member of League because its Senate did not ratify the covenant of the League? So as I said before, the US wasn't part of the League of Nations, but Britain and France were. They were the two major powers in Europe which were part of the League of Nations. 38th question. Hitler demanded the dancing corridor from Poland because. What's the reason? D. D, all of the above. It was part of Germany before the Treaty of Versailles. It had cut off East Prussia from the rest of Germany to connect East Prussia with Germany. Due to isolation, the Germans living in East Prussia were being slaughtered by Polish Jews. Let's move on to the 39th question. The Second World War started with German invasion of Poland. So, as I said in my previous video, German invasion of Poland was on September 1, 1939. So, when Germany invaded Poland, so Second World War started on that day. Even though Germany invaded Czechoslovakia and occupied her territories, Britain and France did not do anything. They actually reached an agreement where Czechoslovakia had to lease her territories, had to give up her territories to Germany. Let's move on to the 40th question and the final question. But as I was saying before, Czechoslovakia had to cede her territories to Germany, but that also did not satisfy Germany. It annexed more lands of Czechoslovakia. But even then, Britain and France did not do anything. So Second World War did not start from the annexation of Czechoslovakia. It only started when Germany invaded Poland. Poland was a red line for the Britain and France. So that's why Second World War started, the German invasion of Poland. Which of the following countries declared war on Germany after it invaded Poland? So this would be D, all of these. So the British dominions, the UK and the France declared war on Germany after it invaded Poland. So that brings us to the end of this video. I hope you learned and enjoyed this video. This video will be uploaded on IsEqualTo Classes Shivan. So feel free to check this video out in that channel and other videos as well, covering various subjects such as bio, history, computers, physics, etc. Okay, so I'll meet you in the next video. Thanks a lot for watching this video. Bye-bye.